Nigeria plays a significant role in the illegal wildlife trade, both as a source and transit hub. Due to porous borders and weak law enforcement, the country has become a hotspot for wildlife trafficking. While the government has taken steps to enforce laws and curb international trade in recent years, the online market remains largely unregulated. The sales of protected species through e-commerce websites and social media platforms continue unabated. These Instagram pages openly facilitate the sale of animals protected by local and international laws, including zebras, African grey parrots, monkeys, and giraffes. Chinedu Mogba, who operates a wildlife sanctuary in Lagos, frequently receives messages from traffickers and potential buyers who assume he has connections in the trade.
When they see our content and when they see some of these animals we have taken and rescued from the wildlife trade or from wet markets, some people will feel that can they purchase these animals from us? And now we make it quite clear that these animals are clearly not for sale. Then we've also had the other hand of where people will send a video or a picture of an animal and they say, okay, it's available in Nigeria, it's for sale because maybe they feel we're a zoo.
On Instagram, the platform has implemented policies that prohibit the sale of live animals between individuals, although physical stores may still be allowed to conduct such sales. However, despite these policies, the illegal activities of poaching and trading endangered species continue to persist. Julia Roncon is an environmental crime analyst working with the Global Initiative Against Transnational Organized Crime.
I think in general there is not enough education and awareness about the problem of illegal wildlife trafficking, and in this social media have a big impact because they are the ones sharing information. Sometimes they have policy and terms that explain the problem, that even offer way of flagging out. Sometimes these terms and policies, they are not upfront, so they are very difficult for people who are just there for a couple of minutes to know that what they are actually seeing is part of a problem.
Dr. Excellence Akeredolu, a senior lecturer in the Department of Zoology at the University of Lagos, highlights the crucial role of government intervention in compelling social media platforms to adhere to wildlife laws.
Number one, the government should force the social media operators to comply with the wildlife rules. The federal government should also work hand in hand and also support and encourage social influencers to discourage people from the attitude of exploiting wildlife on internet or through the social media.
Wildlife trafficking is also common on e-commerce websites in Nigeria. On Gigi.ng, one of the country's largest online marketplaces, the open sale of protected species is prevalent. In 2022, we attempted to contact the company for clarification on this matter, but unfortunately received no response. A recent report by the Wildlife Trade Monitoring Network, Traffic, uncovered 145 online advertisements on Gigi, featuring protected and endangered species. These advertisements accounted for approximately 34% of all observed online advertisements across 5 African countries. Dennis Mahongol, Traffic's Director for Central Africa, provides further context on these findings.
We found that CITES listed wildlife species are advertised for sale in Nigeria. The Gigi.ng platform is acting as a facilitator to illegal wildlife trade. The growing rate of internet use presents an unlimited opportunity for traffickers to trade, And Nigeria will have the greatest impact since a larger number of adverts are found on Nigerian platforms compared to other Central African countries we monitor.
In early June 2023, we followed up with Gigi, and this time received a response from CEO Anton Wolianski. He stated that the company would initiate a thorough internal investigation to review all relevant listings in light of this report. Throughout June, we closely monitored the platform and conducted another check closer to the report's release. Unfortunately, endangered species such as monkeys and African grey parrots were still available for sale. We provided the Gigi CEO with several links as evidence, which then became inactive. However, even with these concerns raised, a final check conducted before the report's release indicated that the sale of certain endangered species was still ongoing.
Already in 2021, we found some ads for grey parrot on Gigi, and we tried to reach out regarding this issue, although we didn't receive an answer. I would say some action that the company itself can take are, for example, strengthening the content moderation. So, for example, the way that they are able to identify the illegal ads on their platform, and how to flag this material. Again, identify seller, so they can provide this information to law authority, but they can also make sure that these people are banned from their platform and they won't repeat the same type of action.
Nigeria's national wildlife laws should be updated to include specific regulations and requirements for online sales. Nonetheless, Nigeria does have laws against the exportation of protected animals, and enforcement has become more robust, resulting in a higher number of reported interceptions in recent years. Given how pervasive this problem is, experts say that online platforms should collaborate with wildlife experts to develop policies that ensure sellers and buyers are knowledgeable about international and national wildlife regulations pertaining to the sale of protected species.
In terms of actions, we can propose to them to block adverts and join the global coalition to end wildlife trafficking online, to adopt a clear policy against the adverts, and to create prompts and messages that educate users on their policy against illegal wildlife trade.
To combat the prevalence of wildlife trafficking online, the Global Initiative Against Transnational Organized Crime is currently developing a global monitoring system that will be implemented in regions where wildlife trafficking is widespread. The unrestricted sale of endangered species perpetuates an already uncontrollable illegal trade. Therefore, it is imperative to acknowledge the significance of the online aspect of this issue, especially for Nigeria, a prominent hub for wildlife trafficking in Africa. To effectively address this crisis, Nigeria cannot afford to ignore the online dimension any longer. Taking decisive action in the online space is vital and demonstrates the country's genuine commitment to tackling this problem. Layla Johnson Salami, Arise News.